Okay, so let me take you back. You guys know that I was in insurance, and you knew that I hated that job. That was a job I hated with a passion. Everybody knows that if you know me by now. And so that means that I was adjusting claims, I was managing customers, and I was dealing with chaos every single day. No, at first I was like, well, at least I have a job. You know, that's the little lie we tell ourselves so that way we can make it through another week. Oh, at least I have a job, because there's a lot of people out here who don't have one, right? No. That gets old, honey. That get old real quick. So I'm burnt out, I'm underpaid, I'm overwhelmed, and I just don't want to do this no more. But the thing that stung the most is that I was really dadgum good at being an adjuster. I was so good at it to the point to where my manager was about to get ready to resign, was already resigning. And so he had already started like taking me under his wing, went ahead and already started assigning me some of his day-to-day stuff. So I was already assigning out claims. I was already handling supervisor escalated calls. I was already doing some of the things. I was getting praise for the work that I was doing, but yet I'm doing all these managerial activities and job descriptions, but I'm not getting paid for it. How many times have we done that? How many times have we been doing supervisor, managerial, team lead responsibilities, but we're not getting paid for it, right? So when my manager finally resigned, they posted his position, and then they were like, oh, Mika, you've been doing such a great job. We encourage you to apply because we've been so fascinated with the work that you've done, right? So I applied for the position. Guess what? I didn't even get the job. They told me that I didn't have the experience. They told me that I wasn't qualified. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. So what they ended up doing was they hired someone outside the company that came in that doesn't even know half of the things that I do or don't even know what it is that I do. And then you ask me to train him on how to do the role that you denied me for. That's the thing. Like, how many of you guys have seriously had to train your boss and he still can't even do the job half right? Can't even do half of the things you do. Don't even know what it is that you do. But yet they won't hire you who have been with the company, who knows the day-to-day, who knows the process, who knows the procedure. But they won't hire you. They tell you you ain't qualified. They tell you you don't have enough experience. But yet they can bring someone in and then tell them, hey, sit with Mika and do a side-by-side. She can teach you everything you need to know. But you want me to train this person on how to do the job that I'm not qualified for. Right. That part. Is that even after that happened, even after I was so upset, even though I was completely overlooked and I was already burnt out and I was so disappointed, I still stayed. The reason why I stayed wasn't because of maybe what you thought it was. I stayed out of fear. I was afraid of becoming homeless all over again. I was only one paycheck away from being homeless all over again. So I had to stay. Just like mostly like all of us, like all of you guys, we stay out of fear. We fear the unknown. But the real reason why I stayed wasn't just because of the unknown. I stayed because this job gave me stability. I knew that every 2 weeks I was going to get a paycheck. Every 2 weeks. I know that every other Friday I'm going to get a check that's going to cover at least 80% of my bills. Not 100%, but at least 80, because the other 20 just going to get it when I got it. That's how I look at it. But it's going to at least cover the 80%. I don't have the time to go out and chase dreams and hopes and my vision. I don't have time because I got 2 kids that depend on me. So I don't have the time to sit there and hope and wish and just leave my job on the whim because they done made me mad. I can't do that. So I stayed out of fear of losing stability. So I remember shortly after that happened, I came up to work and I just sat in the parking lot before I went in, and I looked at that building and I just began to cry. Like when I tell you boo-hoo cried, I cried. I don't know if it was just because I was just hormonal, or maybe because of what they did, or maybe I just felt overwhelmed. I don't know. All I know is that I just cried and I just started screaming at the top of my lungs and saying, I know this can't be it. I'm in my mid-30s at this time. I'm driving a car where there's a tote your note, and so basically meaning that I'm paying 2 times more than what it's worth, and I can't even afford to put gas in it, but I got just enough. I got like $5 left in my account. So guess what? Now I can get gas. It's Wednesday. I can get gas, but now I got to overdraft the account. All I need really is just $1. As long as there's $1 in that account, I can put gas in it. And so now the account is overdrawn for the rest of the week. And I got to pray to God that nothing happens between Wednesday and Thursday. I pray to God that when I walk outside that there's not a flat tire, because it's the last thing I need. And the car don't have no air. It don't have no heat. And then on top of that, the car runs hot. So just riding and driving in traffic is a gamble on its own. But I can't afford to miss work because I'm already got 2 strikes against me. So that part, I'm in my mid-30s. I got 2 kids. I'm barely paying the rent. I got a car that ain't worth 2 cents, and yet I have absolutely nothing to show for it. Nothing. And it's crazy that I'm getting up every single day to go work for a job that I can't freaking stand, that don't even pay me what I'm worth, and I'm giving all of my time, and I have absolutely nothing to show for it. I have to constantly keep saying, well, baby, we gotta wait until Friday before I can do this. Or you gotta wait and see, we can't do nothing, I just paid the rent, so now we gotta wait 2 more weeks when I got a free check. And honestly, truly, there ain't no free checks. It's just that I'm going to take a chance and we're going to hope that this check don't bounce. That's what that is. That's the life that I was living. And it was tiring. And so I had to make a change. I had to make a change. I couldn't keep doing this because I knew my kids weren't going to be small forever. My son came home and started talking about he wanted to go to MIT. Wait, honey, wait. Because my body ain't quite back the way it was before I had you, so I can't get on no pole. So wait a minute. I got to figure something out. That's what we got to do. So I know that I got to make a change. And so I had to find my way out. Now, a lot of you, some people had sent me comments. They was like, well, Mika, you don't know because you made it out. Exactly. I made it out. But don't tell me that I don't know, because I know. I do know. I was there. I do know. See, you looking at my right now, but see, you wasn't there in 2012 and 2013 when we couldn't flush the toilet all the way, or we couldn't flush the toilet at all because the water wasn't on. You know what I'm saying? Or I was that chick that I would get a disconnection notice on Wednesday telling me that it was going to get cut off on Wednesday, but I wasn't going to get paid until Friday. So I had to, before I went to work, I had to turn on the porch light. So that way when I got home, if that porch light was still on, I knew I still had power. But if I got home and that porch light was off, then I knew that we had no electricity. My whole house was electric, so that means there was no hot water. I can't even cook anything because the stove is electric. I can't warm up nothing in the microwave because it requires power. I can't take you to go get anything to eat because I just gave my last $5 when I overdrafted the account to put gas in the car. That was how I lived. That was what I did. So don't tell me that I don't know, because I do know. That was how I lived. And it gets tiring. It chips away at you. And at some point, you gotta say, when is it enough? I am tired. And that's what you gotta say. What am I gonna do to make it better? What am I gonna do to fix it? How am I gonna fix it? Because I can't keep doing this every day. I'm going to a job and working on commission reports for them, for the CEOs and execs, and seeing the bonuses that they're getting. And they're getting $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 bonuses, and I can't even get $1,000 to pay my daggone rent. And even when I did get a little bit of change, say if I did get my tax return, they said, well, you need to put something away for a rainy day. How can I put something away for a rainy day when there's an umbrella by my door every day because it's pouring down raining every day? They don't pay you enough for the time that you put in. So you get trapped, you get stuck on the fact that this is going to have to make it, this is going to have to do, and we settle. And that's not enough. You should not have to tell your kids, well, let me see. You should not have to say, well, girl, let me wait until I get paid on Friday, girl. Like, can I do it Friday? That's when I get paid. We shouldn't have to do that. And I get to sit around and look at other people on YouTube And I'm looking at these 20-something-year-old girls, and all they got to do is get up every day and go to Pilates and drink matcha. and just walk around and record their lives as they go to the mall and buy Chanel purses and Cartiers, and I can't even keep the lights on to even watch them. They're living the dream. They're living the life that I wish I could have. But my thing is that I don't think that I can even, like, a life like that is not even possible for me. So I stay because I fear the unknown. What if I decided to do that? What if I decided to make that career change? What if I decided to do that side hustle? What if I decided to start my own business? What if? When I made that change, no, I did not have it all figured out. But I came on here to tell you guys the truth, because see, the truth hits different. It wasn't until I became a data analyst when it opened up many doors for me. I was able to pay all my bills. I was able to invest in real estate. I was able to live the life that I live. But it was because I made the change. I decided to do it. I decided to move forward. I'm not asking you to become a data analyst. I'm just telling you, whatever side hustle you want to do, start it. Whatever business you want to do, start it. But you got to start. Because someday will never happen. It needs to be today. What are you going to do today? So this video is for my single moms. The overworked, the underpaid, the overlooked because you training your boss. This video is for you. So go ahead, subscribe to the channel, and keep listening, and come back next week, because we're going to keep going until you do something. We're going to keep trying. I'm going to keep talking to you until you do something. This summer is what we call the career summer glow up. That's what we doing. You know how they say in the summertime we get our bodies together so we going to have that body ready? No. This is going to be a career glow up. That was all I wanted to do, just come on here and give you guys a little bit of encouragement and to give you a little kick in the butt too. And so until the next video, bye.